What's up, everybody? So Sony signed a deal with Microsoft for 10 years to keep Call of Duty on the PlayStation, but the Microsoft Activision acquisition still has people worried. What happens with the games that popularized the system? Before we get into that, we're going to move into casual bits, interesting stories that came out this week, and we're going to be starting with every character that's been confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 4. Also, if you want to skip this section, there should be timestamps in the timeline, so you could just skip ahead to the main story. In the trailer, we had a look at the Quadratum world featuring Sora Strelitzia, a character from the mobile game Kingdom Hearts Union X, Donald, Goofy, and two hooded figures theorized to be Lushu and the Master of Masters. Quadratum is an amazing take on Kingdom Hearts as far as art style, loving the more realistic direction they decided to go in with this one. Moving on to the rumored PlayStation Slim. So I know we're all getting tired of the legal battle that's going on for Microsoft to acquire Activision. But some interesting things came out during the FTC versus Microsoft legal battle. Along with other absolute nuggets, it was revealed that Sony has a new version of the PlayStation 5 and it's going to be around $399. So this is continuing with the tradition of different versions of the same system coming out. I want to say it started with the PlayStation 2, but it looks like it's continuing on to all the other versions. Now, this is just a rumor, but I'm kind of hoping this is true. Make it more accessible to people, make it cheaper and affordable. And there should be a version of this that has a detachable disk drive. So that's also kind of cool, I guess, if you're into that.
Oh, I can feel it. I can feel your power.
And also, this is a quick note. This is in reference to the Microsoft acquisition. The due date for the acquisition has been pushed back, so they have more time as they prepare for their legal battle with the CMA. But with all that out of the way, let's get to the main story. All right, so this is coming from Game Rant. Crash Bandicoot and Tony Hawk could become Xbox exclusives despite new Call of Duty deal. This is by Hiran Cryer. A lot of Activision franchises could be going Xbox exclusive. Now, me personally, I don't think they would do that, but I'm also not losing any sleep over this. I don't know if I've mentioned this in any videos, but in friends that I talked to, when Dreamcast, well, Sega stopped making consoles, you know, I mourn the death of Sega not making consoles anymore. But you know, it's just how business goes. Businesses, you know, they spring up and they, you know, leave as soon as they get here too. And PlayStation has been in the game for a very, very long time. I don't think this is going to get them out of the console game. It just makes Xbox way more competitive in this space. But if Sony stopped making consoles, I don't think it'd be the end of the world. But future Activision games outside of Call of Duty might not come to PS5, and Crash Bandicoot and Spyro fans can't get their heads around the news. Yesterday on July 16th, and you know, this is a while ago, Microsoft and Sony announced a binding 10-year agreement. This we know. This immediately raises the wild prospect of Activision's other games being excluded from PlayStation launches. The likes of future Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Tony Hawk, and new Overwatch games could well be Xbox exclusive after Xbox acquires Activision Blizzard, because the 10-year deal with PlayStation leaves out all these other franchises. And also, everyone who's upset about this, be upset at Sony. You know, they put so much emphasis on Call of Duty. They could have included these titles that were once PlayStation bangers. They could have included those titles, but they didn't. They emphasized Call of Duty for whatever reason, you know, and now they have a 10-year deal for just Call of Duty. They could have included these titles. So, you know, I would be upset at Sony for this. The possibility really isn't sitting well with fans of each of the series. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and Tony Hawk have always been franchises associated with PlayStation for decades at this point. So it's only natural that fans around the world are scratching their heads at the franchises heading away from PlayStation for good, never to return. There's also a lot of people decrying a perceived Xbox monopoly on gaming in general. And I've made my feelings about this clear. I don't think that would make them a monopoly. it just makes them more competitive, in my opinion. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and Tony Hawk being brought under control of a company that already owns a vast slew of its own major gaming franchises, not to mention Bethesda's blockbuster games like Starfield and The Elder Scrolls 6, isn't going down well with plenty of people. There's even World of Warcraft players bemoaning the fact that its console release could be limited to Xbox platforms. Not that Blizzard or Activision have ever confirmed that World of Warcraft will be available on any platform outside of PC, mind you, but there's still people getting themselves into a twist over mere possibility. And I also want to mention, Xbox hasn't come out and said that they were going to make these titles Xbox exclusives. So, everyone that are getting upset about this, let's wait until all the facts come out. This is just speculation at this point. Xbox hasn't said anything about making these titles exclusives. So I would wait. I would wait. Don't just, jump to conclusions before they even come out and say anything. It is a possibility. This is true. But until they come out and say, they are making exclusives, I would err on the side that they will continue bringing those titles to every console that they can. The signing of this new deal at least shows the two companies have found some common ground in the days since the Federal Trade Commission lost its bid to block the merger. They really got shellacked, but that's also because they didn't have a leg to stand on when they brought this legal battle to Microsoft. With the FTC losing out, Microsoft is now officially cleared to acquire Activision Blizzard in the US at least, although the UK remains a major roadblock to the deal being approved around the world. And that's true. From the reports I've seen, it looks like the CMA is changing their tune as long as they kind of can come to a compromise about their cloud gaming. So it looks like Microsoft is willing to do a divestiture to get rid of some of their materials, their cloud gaming material. So we'll see how that shakes out. So there's a lot of chatter coming from both sides. PlayStation fans are screaming foul, and Xbox fans are laughing and taunting. And us gamers in the middle just want to see what happens to the gaming industry after all this takes place. After all the dust clears and everything settles down, I want to see the health of the gaming industry after all this. But let me know what you think about all that in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep it casual. Peace.